What is up, world? You are in tune to the KnoItAllZ podcast. And of course, you got your usual suspects, your main mans. What's up, man? Big G, how you doing, bro?
Man, over here looking at these live comments from Mr. Archbishop himself, Claude Bishop. What's crack-a-lacking, Claude, in the live comments, man? We got a show for y'all today. But, Claude, you on thin ice, buddy, because we got a graphic for you today, buddy. So don't start it. Won't start none. Won't be none.
No, it won't be none. Yeah, we got my main man, Take. What's poppin', man? How you do, B?
What's up, big homie, little fellas? Not too much, man. You know, just ready for another Sunday know-it-alls where I can drop all the knowledge that I got, and hopefully you guys can keep up.
Wow. Listen, we've got a great show today, man. An awesome show. We're going to get ready to get in it, but we want to remind you, make sure that you like and subscribe. Like us here on the CTN network, CTH, and make sure that you hit those likes, that like button early and often. And then like us on the KnoItAllZ page as well, man. Come over, be a KnoItAllZ fan. Make sure you hit us up, and you'll be able to listen to us live. You'll be able to listen to us on a recast on the FFSN network. But, man, before we get it cracking, man, before we get it popping, we're going to go ahead and jump into it, and it goes a little something like this. Hit it. Back, you guys, man. Look, like I said, we have a great show. We have an interview with Chris Houston coming up later, man, and he will be here in the bottom of the hour early, and I'm super excited about that interview. Local Austin kid who played professional with the Atlanta Falcons and then the Detroit Lions. That's going to be a great interview. We're going to get into that. Then, of course, man, we finna start it off, man. We're going to kick it off and get it popping, man. Looks like the NBA playoffs right now is set. Here's something I'm really excited about, and I need to know which matchups are y'all most excited about? I mean, I have mine. Like, this is one of the ones that I'm super excited about, Indiana and the Bucks. What is a matchup that y'all are really excited about in the playoffs right now? And I'll start with you, G.
Well, of course, I'm going to say the Cavaliers, man. I think they smoked the game today and should have beat the Charlotte Hornets. But I understand the reasoning why, because you sort of back into the series that you wanted to play all along against the Orlando Magic. But I would have loved to see the Cavs even move all the way up to that 2 seed. But I'm going to tell you something, man. There ain't nobody and no seed and no playoff ranking, even with the play-in, that you can take for granted and you think this team's going to smoke that team. Because every last one of them, I'm talking about the 9-10 teams in the division could get in and beat every team in the playoffs. This was a competitive year, man. So, of course, like I'm going to say the Cavs, and then, I got to get my big bias in because, I can't wait till the Clippers destroy the Dallas Mavericks, man. I'm going to be so happy and I get that hate on with old Luka over there, bro. I get down.
Gee, man, why is the hate so poignant towards Luka, man? It's just you got all this hate.
I'm gonna put my bias up right now. The Clippers in 5, bro. Well, the Clippers in 5. The Clippers in 5. Get them out of here. Get them out.
Lakers said. Claude said Lakers versus whomever. He said he ain't really worried about it. He got it. I got it. And then Claude again, he said, "What's up, Tate? Big G Mark. Go ahead, man. What's the matchup you looking forward to? Tate, talk to me."
Kind of like G. I'm gonna display my hate, but I just want to shout out the Ohio homie LeBron James.
Yeah.
Just finished with 28, 11, and 17 at age 39 and a half. Some stuff Jordan never did. But let's get to these playoffs.
Big facts, Dave. Big facts. Keep going.
But what I'm looking forward to, man, is the Lakers just beat the Pelicans by like 20 points.
Mm-hmm.
They turn around and play, I believe, Tuesday.
Yep.
Them same two teams for the 7-8 play-in.
Yep.
Got the Lakers getting that real quick and matching up against, well, they would be the 7th seed, so they would probably match up against Denver.
Nuggets.
Still.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I would much rather see them match up against OKC and get them boys on out of here real quick.
Stop hating.
But I don't got to worry about that because I think Golden State going to end up getting the 8, and they're going to get OKC, and they're going to get up out of here real quick.
Who? Golden State against OKC? Bet corner time.
Yes, sir.
Bet it.
Yes, sir.
We'll go dollar. We'll go dollar and corner time. Tick for tat. Bet. Bet it.
Hold on, Big G. We'll see, man. On that one.
Thomas said, if the Clips win in 5, I'll eat my hat. Wow.
Well, you better get you some salt and pepper and some dang on knife and fork and get ready to carve it up, buddy. Because Dallas is up out of here. Dallas is up out of here, bro.
Wow.
I will say G's Luka for MVP. Not that he's Luka over. I mean Shea over Luka, but Shea for MVP deserves a little more consideration to stay fans with that first seed, though.
It does. It does. And I'm not gonna sit here and say that. I'm not gonna display bias, but you can't say Luka's trash though. I mean, saying Luka's trash is a garbage take.
No, Big G got something against the city of Dallas. He say Luka trash, Dak trash. And they both got second in the MVP race in their respective leagues. Come on, man.
I mean, it is what it is. You're probably right about that. Now look, so as the NBA playoffs is heating up, the Sixers are in at 8, right?
No. The 76ers are the 7th seed.
And the 7th seed.
The 7th seed, but they got to play the play-in against the Miami Heat.
So none of us mentioned that. Mm-hmm. How we think that series is going to go. Let's talk about that.
It's a one game. It's a one game. And whoever get each other, it's a one game. The next number 7 moves on, and then the loser plays the winner of the Chicago Bulls Atlanta Hawks.
Well, who you got, man? I mean, who you got?
Philly and Miami both making the playoffs.
Oh, the Bulls look good today against New York, man.
They lost.
They did lose an OT. But they look good though, man.
So
they look good.
So you're saying respectfully, Tate, that both of them are going to make the playoffs this year. So who's going to be the harder out then?
Philly.
Philly got New York.
Philly. I really expect Philly to beat Miami in the 7-8 game, and then Philly would play New York, and that's going to be a tough series. That could be one to look forward to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Philly will smoke New York, man. Philly will smoke New York. New York ain't got no. New York don't have no big that can match up with Embiid, bro. The guards is all the same. I mean, DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, and Jalen Brunson, who should be first team All-NBA this year, and we'll get to that in a second. That's some guards, but Philly got guards too. So it's gonna be a battle, bro. That's gonna be a battle.
Mr. Woody said 76ers now with JE. Since they got Embiid back, he said they would be the harder out. So now, I mean, look, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Those of you who are not familiar with, the KnoItAllZ, man, we definitely have been on point on a lot of our takes. So I always like to hear what these guys ahead of the playoffs. Ahead of the playoffs, I like to hear what they got and who they got as the poll seat and who they think is gonna win it all. There's a lot of parity, and I mean, with this much parity going on, in my mind, I can't really say, "Oh, this is my clear cut without a shadow of a doubt." But I'm gonna ask you, Big G, who you got, man? If you look going into the playoffs right now, who do you think is gonna come out of this thing victorious?
Well, I picked the Phoenix Suns at the very beginning of the season. Phoenix avoided it. They get Minnesota in the first round. I think that's a winnable series. But then to beat a man, you got to beat the man. So that means that they would eventually run into them dang on Denver Nuggets. So as of right now, I'm taking the Nuggets, bro. But I'm cheering for Phoenix. I ain't, the Cavs is my squad. But I think, and Tate, you've been right the whole long. Once Phoenix gonna get exposed because they ain't got a point guard. And I seen it again today, man. I was like, man, they was out there struggling and letting Mike Conley get in the paint and all whatever else. I'm like, bro, lock that dude down. But that's their Achilles heel. So if they can duck and dodge to get exposed from not having a point guard, I'm going to stick with my pick, Phoenix. But Denver going to be hard to beat. Denver going to be hard to beat, man. Hard to beat.
Tate?
Don't get fined, Big Tate. Don't get the big fine.
Thank you, man. Yeah, I agree with G as far as Phoenix. Think about it. Phoenix would have been better off keeping Chris Paul and all the money they poured into Bradley Beal, using that to get other pieces. You know what I mean? Don't got to be another star. Could just be other solid 3-and-D players, bench players. They'd have been better off like that. But as far as taking it all, man, I'm gonna say, man, it's gonna be the Boston Celtics.
Oh,
Boston gonna make it. And we're gonna have one of them old school. If you old school like the OGs here, the know-it-alls, we one of them old school series to take you way back because it's gonna be the Celtics versus the Lakers.
Oh, the Lakers and the Celtics.
Lakers Celtics.
Wow.
My boy LBJ grade play bully ball all playoffs long, downhill to the hole, causing problems. It's what's great happened, man. And it's gonna start.
You realize that could be Denver. This is the way the path could be. It could be Denver, then Phoenix, and then OKC. That could be the path.
Would that be it? Denver first.
Yep.
That's 2-7.
Yep.
Then 7 would play.
They would play 3. The winner of the 3-6, and that's Phoenix, Minnesota. So I'm saying that's Phoenix. So that would be Denver, Phoenix, and then OKC. Oh.
However, it got to get done, Big G. It just got to get done, man. What's that Nike slogan for the past 30, 35 years? What is it?
Just do it.
Just there you go. All right, I'm gonna holler at you.
Wow. Okay.
Mod, who you got? That's what I want to know. And there better not be no big bias in here, man. Because I'm gonna call you on it. Better not be no big bias.
So I'm looking at it, man. I like Denver. I like Denver just because Denver looks like they got it all. I don't believe in Ant-Man and them. I just don't. And OKC, they young. And you got Denver with all of that experience in the West. And I just feel like, hey man, they're gonna be able, and they got Joker, you know what I'm saying? So Joker, and they got what's my Booker? Not Booker, what's my boy, the guard over there?
Quick draw
Williams.
No, Jamal Murray. They got
Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray.
And quick draw McGraw, Michael Porter Jr.
So
quick draw.
And so in my mind, I'm sitting here and I'm saying, hey, this is gonna be hard to beat, right? So I picked them in the West. I cannot. I mean, even though Doc is the leader of this ship,
Doc, big trash.
I just can't. I feel like in my heart, dog, that Giannis wants this thing more than anything. You know what I'm saying? And I just can't leave out Giannis.
That's why I didn't believe you picked that as being the series you looking forward to seeing, because Milwaukee gonna run them boys out of here quick.
And they
run who out?
Indiana.
And listen, that's gonna be a tough one.
Corner time.
Ain't not just finna run.
Then what?
Corner time.
That what?
They don't run them out of there. It go at least 7.
Bet.
Ooh.
Because it's 4-2 easy at most.
4-2?
I agree with 4-2.
I'll take the corner time.
4-2 is like bets made.
Bet.
Oh, 4-2 is like bets made.
I'll take the bet. I'll take the bet.
Man.
They ain't gonna beat them. They're gonna have problems with Indiana. Giannis hurt too? Yeah, they're gonna have big problems.
Man,
they're gonna have problems with Indiana.
The playoffs don't start till next Saturday. Giannis will be back, whole week off.
Mm-hmm.
And
that worked out better than Milwaukee getting 2 and after having to play Philly.
Mm-hmm.
So they bye. Indiana don't got no defense. I mean, they scored 157 today because Atlanta didn't care because they locked in the 10.
Mm-hmm.
And so when they play Milwaukee, Milwaukee gonna be okay, man. Dame gonna get going. Giannis gonna be back. You're gonna have Chris Middleton coming off a long week, 8-9 days rest. You got, it is, man. Don't worry about it. But bet, Big G.
That's a bet. I hear you.
Whew. I mean, that's tough. But yeah, I said Denver versus Milwaukee. I think that's what we're looking like. It's an off-brand. I mean, it's an off-brand finals, but you're gonna have star power in each one, and I think that's gonna be.
It ain't off-brand. It's small market. How it's off-brand? You got the last 3 MVPs.
Well, when I say off-brand, I'm talking about the actual team names. It's small. So let me change it.
Small market. That's what I said.
It's a small market thing, and it looks like but on paper it's like that. It's got a lot of star power, and that's what I said.
It don't look like if you know basketball. But like I said, you don't gotta worry about it because it's gonna be Celtics, Lakers. You're gonna get the big brands that you want.
Wow, I don't believe that we're here. Like I mean,
Tate said the Lakers. That's a big man.
Yeah, I don't believe that we're here. I don't believe that I'm hearing this come out of Tate's mouth. I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all.
I don't remember. And I bet if you went back to the beginning of the basketball season, I might have picked Milwaukee Lakers, but I'm sure I picked Lakers.
Woo.
Wow. I don't know who coming out the East. All I'm saying, I think Denver.
Celtics would have to completely choke to not win the East. Their roster is much better than everybody else in that conference. T-Money, Tom. I don't know, man. I mean, I have to say what I got to say, bro. And I don't know about that one. I don't know about that.
Zingis Pingus trash. Zingis Pingus in the playoffs ain't gonna show up, bro.
Yeah, I feel like Giannis wants it more, and with what Giannis has, he can still win it. I mean, for real, he don't have some of his other pieces, but what he got, he can still go, man. I mean, it's still Giannis, so that's how I don't know.
Them Drew Holiday gonna play off big time for Boston because he's so gritty and grimy, man. Because it's just like the NCAA tournament. You got to have guard play, and they got Tatum's basically a guard, so they got Jaylen Brown, Holiday, and dang on Tatum's. Yeah, that's causing problems. But they trash in the middle. Zingis Pingus garbage. Let's talk about Zingis garbage.
You throw that garbage around so much, man. He probably averaged like 22 and 9, and what he gonna do is he gonna be a bigger threat than what Robert Williams was in other years. You got to play your garbage, Genghis Pingus, whatever you call him, on the offensive end. He's probably in the top 5 in blocks. Now, granted, they help side blocks, not head up blocks. But the only big you got to worry about him going up against is potentially Embiid.
Both Cavs, big man will wear him out. Both Knicks, big man will wear him out. Embiid will wear him out. And Miles Turner will wear him out. They'll wear him out come playoffs. All them bigs will kill him. They'll wear him out. And the Wagner boys will get him too. They'll wear him out.
So when is Boston going? When are they out?
Maybe the semifinals. Maybe. Because teams figure out where your weak point is at. They go for the link, man. And they know Zingis Pingus come playoff time, he ain't got it. They know he ain't got it. So they're going to attack him, bro. They're going to attack. But they got them guards, though. So, if Holiday and Jason Tatum ball out of control, all they need is swing games for Brown.
Hey man, do y'all remember that Eddie Murphy movie? The Golden Child.
Where I want the naive.
Yeah, that one. Well, I just want y'all to notice that some of y'all texts made me look like the Golden Boy. So we'll see.
Your LeBron take gonna have you in the Matrix, bro.
Okay, we'll see. I see my boy Claude said can't no team beat the Lakers except the Nuggets. Well, we're gonna get that. We're gonna get that first round, and we're gonna go ahead and get the defending champs bounced.
No way.
If LA bounce Denver, LA gonna win it. I will say that. if LA bounce Denver, they gonna win it. I'm telling you straight up.
They're gonna bounce on the court, but no. No, absolutely not. That's not happening. GB, what's popping, man? Thank you for joining, man. Thank you for being here. Look, man, I mean, honestly, before we get into the break, man, I'm sitting here and we're gonna switch gears. I'm sitting here and I need to ask you guys. I'm gonna ask because that CTH has not and CTN have not heard this conversation. And I have to go here because the more I've said and I've studied, the more I've went and researched certain players. Man, this draft is so freaking deep. This NFL draft is so deep, which consequently, the NBA draft is whack. But this is the time where you need to be a GM. You need to be a GM, though. You need to be a GM because there's going to be some stuff to be found, but it is whack. But this NFL draft, I promise you, is the best draft that I think I've ever seen in my life. It's got that much talent in it. It really does. So let me ask you, if we're betting men, and we're like, this one player, if my team if the Steelers got this one guy, it would just turn everything around. Like it would take the Steelers to a whole new level. Who would that guy be? I got the guy for me, but who would that guy be if they got this one guy? It would just take them up another notch. And we'll start with you, Tate, because I see you pondering. The wheels are turning.
I know what he's gonna say.
Nah, man. Well, I got two guys. I'm gonna give you one if we make a trade and one if we stay pat at 20 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And that's I got a new take on actually. I didn't want to trade up. I was about standing pat, but I would trade up for Rome Odunze.
Big facts, Tate. Big facts. Gotta go get him.
Shout out to the homies. RC, Freddie T, and Channing from the Pivot Podcast. They had Rome on there. Was it yesterday? It was Friday. On there Friday. And I watched the kid, and he's mature. He's humble. He got Pittsburgh Steelers as far as his character written all over him. You know what I mean? So I like that as a potential trade up. You got to trade up to 10, 11 perhaps. I would do that for him. And my other pick, if we stay at 20, has changed too.
Wait! I gotta interrupt you. He said that last year, Claude. You need to clarify. Are you about to make your first trip to the Matrix? I need you to clarify. Are you about to go to the Matrix? Go ahead, Tate.
He said what last? What are we talking about?
I don't know if he's saying that I said that it was a legacy draft last year. I did not. Point of fact, I did not. I'm saying this is a dynasty draft. This is something we've never seen before. But go ahead, Tate.
See the trash Phillies got beat by the Pirates, but that's another story. It's another story. The Reds swept the White Sox, won 3 straight. Like so now you know. Now we 9-6, and I said they won't be below 500 all year.
Timeout. Put him in before Tate finished. Timeout. Go ahead. Put him in there.
He got to go. He has to go.
Adios, muchachos, Clyde.
He's got to go.
Adios, muchachos, Claude.
He's got to
go.
I think y'all need to explain to the people on CTN Network what y'all just did with Claude. Because I mean, they don't. If they listen to audio, Well, no, they only watch on YouTube though. So
yeah, but we got it. Listen,
but
so when you say something that's just outlandish and it's just not even in the neighborhood of being true, we got to go ahead and put you in the matrix at that point, because right now you're just not in reality. So you're somewhere. You're not with us. So go ahead, Tate.
And then that number 20, if they stand pat, this pick has changed too. With new information comes new takes, right? So,
Facts.
With the draft still about a little over a week and a half away, you still can make these changes till you know what actually is what actually. But now I'm with Big G.
Mm-hmm.
Give me Cooper DeJean, man.
Whoa.
I like the fit as an outside corner, as a nickel corner, as a potential third safety. He's just versatile, and he's a playmaker with the ball in his hand, returning kicks and punts and stuff like that. I like that as being a dynamic fit. So yeah, give me Cooper DeJean now. Is my new favorite for pick number 20 if the Steelers stand pat.
Max, my brother, love you. Guess what? You going in here to join? You ran in just to join the Matrix, buddy, over there. Go on in there, Max. I don't understand why you wanted to jump in just to go to the Matrix. It doesn't make sense, but I'll go ahead and put you there. I'll oblige you. G, tell me, man, who do you think? Who would you get, bro? I like Cooper DeJean, by the way. Tate, I really do. I like him. He's solid. I think he could play cornerback and safety. He's really that good. So I like him. But anyway, G, talk to me.
Hey, Tate, I'm gonna give him the big facts again, because I've been hollering about Rome on every Steel Curtain Network show we've been saying for weeks, and we've been having backstage talks. And I didn't already put the comp. He's a bigger, faster, stronger version of Hines Ward, and he would be a retired Steeler, and they would eventually retire his number. That's how good of a player Rome Odunze is.
Do he transition to become the number one receiver over George Pickens?
I think there will be 1 and 1A. I think that they'll run at 1 and 1. If they trade up for that, I think they'll run at 1 and 1A.
Man, Tate, let me answer that question, Tate. Yes. Yes.
I mean, they're interchangeable.
So Max, you're listening, right? You're listening, bro. And I know you've done your deep dives on everybody. Tell me you didn't say that Rome is he is a generational talent.
Rome is a dog.
Rome is a dog. So this ain't delusion. That's why you had to go to the Matrix. You know what I'm saying? It's not delusion, because Rome is like that. Him and Neighbors and Marv are like the three.
They all different.
They're different. They're different. But anyway, go ahead, G.
And then my other guy, I like the Oregon State tackle Fuaga, man. If I don't know if he's gonna be there at 20, we might have to move up maybe 2 spots to jump in front of the Bengals to get him at 17 or 18. But I think you solidify the right tackle, because there's serviceable centers outside of Johnson, outside of Powers Johnson, outside of BB, outside of Von Prime, and outside of which every Steeler fan loves is Zach Frazier. I think that if we get the kid, the offensive tackle, out of Oregon State and put him in at right tackle, we got our bookend tackles forever, And then if we trade up, I like Rome, bro. I like Rome. But I'm gonna say this too, bro. The guy that if it falls to us and they make a run on them tackles, like I'm thinking it's gonna happen, the guy that I want us to fall to us is Quinyon Mitchell. I want Quinyon Mitchell to fall to us. If we got to make a pick and we got to stick at 20, because you're going to match him and JPJ up, and they're going to be the doggest corners in the whole NFL for some years.
I think I agree with you with Quinyon Mitchell. I picked DeJean because I anticipate Quinyon Mitchell being gone.
Right. So a couple of things. Max said he's overrated at tackle. He is a guard. Here's where I would agree with Max. His arms are short, and he doesn't play
31 and a half. They 31 and a half. That ain't short.
He's a short arm dude.
He's 6'7", 319 pounds and got 31 and a half inch arms.
He's not 6'7", not for Wagner. He's 6'4".
Right. So
31 and a half. That
I think his arms is 34 though.
his arms are short.
That's even better.
Arms are short. He's one of them guys that when you're playing tackle, you like long arm guys. I do. You know what I'm saying? I think he's a better guard than tackle. And Timothy said, "Come on, guys, you can't blame Mod. G did say KP8 was him." I'm not gonna sit here and I'm not gonna say that he said that. I don't remember.
I told him I was.
He could have though. I don't remember him saying it.
At the beginning of the last season on the Steel Curtain Network, I thought KP8 was gonna be him. I drunk the Kool-Aid, and as soon as I saw, I got off of him, and I've been calling him big garbage and big trash. But by the way, Tim Lyons, as you talking, where Justin Fields at, dog?
Mr. Wood,
why you talking?
Mr. Wood, tell me who your team is. I need to know who your team is. You said y'all need prayer and y'all need a whole bunch. One player's not gonna help y'all. With me,
hey, real quick, Fuag is 6'5", 325.
Mm-hmm.
Wingspan 80, arm length 33 and a half.
Oh, he's a monster.
His arms aren't short, Mod.
Yeah, 34 inches.
They're not super short, but they're not super long. I like the super long arms with my tackle.
What's much longer than 34 inches long for a tackle?
Nothing.
35, 36. I like
that.
Who
is that though?
I like that number. I like that number.
Nobody. I don't think nobody is.
There's some people in the draft. Max can even tell you. I know that there's people in the draft. I don't have my list in front of me, but I'm gonna tell you there are people there.
The biggest tackle in the draft is Armarius Mims.
Correct.
Go ahead and say what you got. I'm gonna look up Armarius Mims' arm length.
His tackles are in the 15th. His arms are in the 15th percentile. Max said. But anyway, honestly, I'm looking at my roster. I think we're putting a lot. Literally, I've seen this name float around in our chat. You know, I would love for us to somehow acquire Ayuk, but don't think that would happen.
No way.
I really believe at this point.
Who is Ayuk?
Brandon, and that's in a trade from
the 49ers.
Hold up.
I'm asking a question now about Ayuk.
Yeah.
I'm saying, what do you think y'all can do? You got to pay CeeDee Lamb. You got to pay Michael Parsons. You got to pay Dak Prescott.
You didn't even hear what I said. If you heard
I'm wishing we could acquire Ayuk. That's what I said. Who is Ayuk?
I said, but there's no way we could do that. Said I prefaced my whole statement by saying there's no way. I really wish we could, but there's no way that could happen. So because I don't think that would happen, I think what would change the trajectory of our offense outside, because I think we could find a running back in the draft, and we can also, find somebody who could be serviceable. It's getting Dak a number 2. I think if you got Dak a number 2 wide receiver, right, to pair him with CeeDee Lamb, we cooking with grease, man. I see right now we've got he said, we're not gonna pay. I don't think we're gonna pay him, but anyway, let me get back to this. I think if you pair another wide receiver with CeeDee Lamb and you've got 2 people out here getting open, and defenses can't force Dak to make bad decisions with CeeDee Lamb. And then you got our tight end, you got Fergie getting open, who's going to make sure that he gets open. And we got John Smith back, who was hurt in the preseason. He had got hurt. He's a big target, pretty fast, can move, showed some promise. So I think if you get Dak a number 2, we ready. And he's a hometown kid. I love him. You know what I'm saying? If we could get an A.D. Mitchell in there, I think it would just take us to a whole new level.
He could be there.
If we could get an A.D. Mitchell to fall right there at 24, man.
Adnan could be there. It just depends on the run.
Yeah, I just honestly, I think that would take us to a whole new level, because at that point you couldn't just focus all your attention on CeeDee Lamb. Now, like Tate said, another thing that Tate said, and I'm going to echo, and I told this to G, if we traded back and were able to acquire a number 2 or a number 3, another pick in the 3rd or the 2nd round, hey, I'll do it in a minute. This draft is a dynasty draft, and I'm telling you, there's enough players in here to help change the trajectory of your roster. Young boys who can really play.
The Steelers will trade back. If they can't get the guy, because me and Tate have been talking about this on Steel Curtain Network too. If they can't get the guy that they want, they trade back. They trade back to pick up an extra. We did a mock draft on the Homies podcast. And Tate, with that trade back, look what I acquired in that mock draft. We had an A+ draft and a 4-round mock. I was killing them over there. So they're in the top 100. If you can walk out of the top 100 and you can have 4 to 5 picks in the top 100, you are setting your franchise up for success for the next 5 years.
Talk about
because
it, G.
This is without a shadow of a doubt a legacy draft. Yeah. This the best acquisition of players from in my opinion from 1 to 115. This is the best you've ever seen in a long time.
Yes, sir.
Because the skill position is so good, the offensive tackle depth, the quarterback depth is outstanding. The only place where there's just like I don't know or question marks is that linebacker. But if there's questions and you got Peyton Wilson and Jeremiah Trotter Jr. and Cedric Gray and dog, there ain't that many questions.
Cooper, the boy from Adrian Cooper, the boy from A&M.
Yeah, there ain't that many questions.
Hey,
you got dogs out there.
Can I offer my opinion on what the Dallas Cowboys' best pick is at 24?
You absolutely can.
Go ahead and get Michael Penix Jr., man.
That ain't bad, Tate.
That
ain't
bad. And be ready to get off Dak next year and save yourself $60 million. Then come back in 25 and put something really together with more money, the draft next year. Then Dallas will get. You probably gonna get rid of Mike McCartney too, and bring another coach in there, and they will be better off. But
one thing, Tate,
Dallas gonna drop to a 10-win team this year.
Are you forgetting that Trey Lance is there?
I don't know if I believe in Trey Lance. I mean,
I do.
I know Michael Penix better than Trey Lance. Trey Lance played part of a season at North Dakota State. Michael Penix took teams to the national championship.
That is big facts that Michael Penix
that he has.
Michael Penix is way better than
that. He has.
And Romo Dunze said on the Pivot podcast, he believes Michael Penix the best quarterback in the draft.
He did say that. Hey, Ma, put up Thomas Riley comment. Thomas, thanks for the comment. He said, I just
Riley, what up, homie?
Yeah, he said, I just listened to Jeff and Bad about Brandon Ayuk. How real of a chance he becomes a Steeler?
Yeah, I listened to the breaking news podcast from their source says that the Steelers are really interested in Brandon Ayuk. I can see it happen because the value for him in the trade is steady dropping.
Correct.
The 49ers, it's getting closer to the draft. They need to decide what they're going to do with him so they know if they need to draft a receiver.
Correct.
And they probably can't pay him when he want to be paid. That's my only question with that in the Steelers is now I can see if they drafted Romo Dunze and traded up for him, but does Brandon Ayuk become a number one receiver over George Pickens? Now, if you're paying him, you're probably paying him about $100 million over 4 years. Correct. Pickens' deal will come up before that deal is done.
Yep.
So I feel like they would have to make a decision between what they want to do with the two of them. So I really like getting a receiver on a rookie deal, not drafting and investing that much money into Brandon Ayuk. Same thing I was saying with Dallas can't do it. Pittsburgh can't do it, but they don't need to do it.
Right. And I agree. I totally agree. Hold on. He has one more question. How could Brandon Ayuk fit in an Arthur Smith offense?
It's a 12 personnel, and that's what he traditionally runs right now, or just runs for the San Francisco 49ers. They run more 12 sets than any team in the league, but they run a disguise out of 12 because they have so many interchangeable pieces between Deebo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, him, some of their other receivers that they have, number 44, the tight end / fullback, and George Kittle. So they run 12 a lot. So Ayuk, 12 benefits, and I'm going to keep saying this, and I've been saying it over again. It's not the fact of how you run the ball. 12 benefits because the play action. You can kill somebody in 12 if you got serviceable guys at your two tights and you move a guy around and moving from off slot to the opposite side and you overload a side, and then you get a guy coming back on a cross route. So 12 personnel kills you in play action. You're going to establish the run anyway because you got 2 big bodies sitting on the end. So instead of having 5 linemen, you got 7. But it's the play action that comes off the 12. So Ayuk is eating in San Francisco because of that. He'll eat in Pittsburgh.
It's Arthur Smith's system is similar to that. They want it might not be the exact same play calling or formations, but the goal is the same. To show run, to be able to run that play action. And Ayuk is a good blocker. And when George Pickens is engaged, he's a good blocker. So now you got two starting receivers that are both excellent blockers for the receiver position.
Agreed, Tate. Totally agree. Ain't no sense. But listen, I would trade up for Rome before I take Ayuk.
Yeah, I don't want to pay Ayuk.
I would too. I ain't even gonna lie. And like I said, I'm looking at the wide receiver depth, and I said this earlier. I'm looking at the wide receiver depth and the wide receivers who are already proven in this league. And normally I go with the proven guy, right? I won't. In this, honestly, this draft is loaded with guys like them. You know what I'm saying? The guys that you see, this draft is loaded with them. Like I said, there are 3 guys who are transitional players. I mean, listen. What
transcended is the word.
Transcended player. Excuse me. You got Marv. He's. I mean, one of the best things that you've seen come out as a wide receiver in a long time. Neighbors, who's that guy? He's a stud, right? And Rome is a stud. I mean, a stud. It just is like that. And then you in the second and third rounds, you get somebody like your boy from South Carolina, which is crazy. That blows my mind.
Yeah, in any other draft, Xavier Legette would be a first-round draft pick. In any other draft, Malachi Corley would be a first-round draft pick. In any other draft, Pascal from Florida would be a first-round draft pick. In any other draft, Pearsall. Yeah, and in every other draft, Xavier Worthy would be a first-round. In any other draft, but all these guys are probably going. And even the McConkey kid out of Georgia, he'd be a late first round. But these kids are going to be in the second. One of them might slide to third. And
absolutely.
Johnny Wilson from Florida State would be a first or second round draft pick in any other draft.
You're forgetting about the other Florida State, Keon Coleman.
Keon Coleman.
Keon Coleman.
Keon Coleman going before Johnny Wilson.
Yeah.
But Big G, in order for the Steelers to get Rome, I imagine they have to probably trade up to 8.
Oh, that's a long way.
Be there, Chicago, 9. They taking him.
Okay.
So I'm just asking, if you was Atlanta, would you take the Steelers number 20 first and a second and a fourth next year? Would you do? Was that fair compensation?
Yeah. Listen, I'm down with trading futures. And Tate, you know that because I'm looking at the Steelers as they're 1 or 2 guys away. So if the Steelers they're going to get a center, they're going to get a tackle. But if you got a playmaker wide receiver, man, let's go.
And that's why I asked. They would only have to get a receiver and a center. Those are 2 positions most of need to me. We talk corner, we talk tackle, but they don't need that.
Correct.
You know what I mean? You still could come back in the 4th round or 3rd round and get your boy Blake Fisher from Notre Dame.
Oh, yeah. Tate, how many times have we pegged him and talked about him on Steel Curtain Network? Man,
I like
Blake, Fisher in the 3rd and the 4th, we're going to win.
But here's the other thing. Like I said, paying wide receivers that much cash and that much choke. I mean, like I said, Jalen Polk is still is going to be a second round. McMillan, Baker, Thrash, Brendan Rice. I keep going.
Those are all good receivers.
They're really good receivers.
But Rome is great. I'm trying to trade up and get great.
Yeah. No, I'm saying, but my point is here, Tate, is spending that money. I'm agreeing with you on Ayuk. Is spending that money on an established wide receiver in this league is really not worth it when you can kind of get somebody like him. You know what I'm saying? You can get somebody comparable in this draft. And I got him on a rookie deal. So that's why I'm like, I'm agreeing with you. Like, shoot, get him on a rookie deal, man, and you know, build.
This is the take that I can't steal this take because this is some take says all the time. Having guys on the same timeline matters. So if you got to roam with so you can stagger how you pay. You would pay Pickens because you got to take care of Justin Fields here in a second. You got to take care of Justin. You got to take care of Najee. Then you got Pickens, and then Rome comes behind them. So you don't pin yourself or lock yourself down like how the Bengals are right now. The Bengals, man, are cooked because they got T and Jamar and Burrow, and they got to pay them all at the same time. That's hard way to go, bro. You know, so it would make sense for me to get Rome because you got a gap. Pickens is still a young receiver. He's within 3 years, but there's a gap between when you got to pay both of them. And really, Rome has all the makings to go in and challenge George Pickens for a number one receiver. He's got all the makings in the world to be a number one.
Ideally, what you do is extend Pickens now, going into his 3rd year. So then, you know, when it's if you were to get Rome, when it's time to decide on Rome, Pickens would be up. Then you pick which one you want to lead the wide receiver.
Facts. I agree.
B-Dirt said, I'll pay Chase. And Tim Lyons said, we ain't cooked. Leave the Bengals stuff to the experts.
They got to pay that money, bro. That you can say it cooked or not. Get ready to peel. That's why you think T went out of there. Come on, bro. He know what time it is.
He don't want out of there. He want his bag.
And
everybody wants their bag.
It to him.
Everybody wants their bag right now, man. So that kind of is what it is. But look, man, we're gonna go to a quick commercial. We're definitely gonna do that. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. For those of you who are watching live, make sure you just stay put. We're gonna be quiet for a second. And then for those of you who are listening on FFSN, I said I forgot all of the call letters. If you're listening on FFSN, we'll be back after a word from sponsors. We'll be right back. And we're back, man. We thank you guys for listening to us for real. And watching us here on the KnoItAllZ here and also on the CTN CTH network. Bro, listen, before we get to our guests will be coming in here in about 12 minutes. I just want to tie this up in a bow, man. I mean, literally, when you look at it, these teams we've talked about our draft needs, right? I want to see this. I want to know, is Chicago trading their first pick?
No.
Is Chicago? So you think Chicago's locked in with Caleb Williams?
Yes. Yeah, they would fire the GM tomorrow if they traded the first pick. They fired the GM. Even though I know that Jaden Daniels is a very good quarterback, it's Caleb or bust. Caleb's going to come into the NFL with more tools than any rookie quarterback that ever hit the league. He's going to have the number 9 pick. He's going to have Keenan Allen. He's going to have Swift. He's going to have DJ Moore. He's going to have Cole Kmet. He's going to have weapons everywhere. And they're going to turn the number 9 pick into some offensive weapon. So he's going to have more than you ever seen out of a rookie ever. So, yeah, Caleb's going to win.
So you believe in that. Okay. Tate, you believe that Chicago's going to stick put and stand put with Caleb Williams?
Yeah, it's been all about Caleb Williams to Chicago since Carolina finished with the worst record in the NFL this year.
Facts.
It's never been in question. It wasn't even a question about do they keep Justin Fields and draft Caleb Williams or trade the pick. That was just to try and set up trying to get more out of Justin Fields.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, Caleb Williams definitely the pick. He is going to be set up with weapons. Chicago could go and be a 10-win team next year.
Ooh. Wow. I like it. So at number 2, who do we feel is going to be our number 2 pick here in just our little mock draft?
Tate, that's your neck of the woods. What you hearing?
It's Jaden Daniels, man, without a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
You know, about a month ago, 6 weeks ago, it might have been some Drake May talk, but Jaden Daniels done proved himself too versatile. He fits with Cliff Kingsbury's system and what Cliff Kingsbury likes in the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he's going to be the next quarterback for the Washington Commanders.
Mm-hmm.
And they already got Marcus Mariota as a potential backup or first 5-6 game starter would give them 2 Heisman Trophy winners who matches what Jaden Daniels can do. Not as good as Jaden Daniels, but can run design the same offense. You got Drake May and got Marcus Mariota as a backup. You got two different style of offenses you're going to try or play calling you're going to have to do. With Jaden Daniels and Marcus Mariota, that's what it's going to be.
Facts.
So you think the Patriots stay on Drake May, Sean? Do you believe that?
That's the wild card. Because listen, this is why I'm saying that. The New England Patriots do not have a 53-man roster that can support a quarterback like Drake May right now. They have a lot of holes. So do they trade off of that pick for a team that's desperate to get a quarterback? So you got Minnesota, who's at 11-23, that could dangle those picks along with some other picks and shoot up to that 3 spot to get in that position. Because I don't think that the Patriots have the roster to support a Drake. He'd have to sit this whole year or they'd ruin him just like Matt Jones. So the draft starts at the 3rd pick.
The Patriots are better off trading out of that spot because they more than a quarterback away right now.
Yeah, I agree. So I agree. If there's a trade, I agree with both of y'all. If there's a trade that's gonna happen, that would be the place, right? That would be the place for me.
Four can get traded too.
So you think the Cardinals don't want Marv?
Well, that's not the issue. The issue is that the Cardinals are multiple pieces away too, and 11-23 sounds good too. So Marv's there, but we've just got done talking about the depth of this wide receiver class. If you get Neighbors, Marv, Rome, hey man, things is looking good. So if I can acquire picks and still, yeah, of course. So 3 and 4 could be big trade, and the hype of JJ McCarthy is real.
It is real.
The Cardinals would be. They could get Marv. They would be better off trading 4 for 11-23, getting Brock Bowers, then turn around and getting your boy AD Mitchell.
Oh yeah! Oh my God! Oh my God!
2 weapons.
Brock Bowers and AD Mitchell with Arizona. Oh yeah, Tate, I like that.
With the Mighty Mice. With the little mighty quarterback, who's the winner though. I ain't even gonna lie, he's the winner. Most winningest quarterback. They say the best ranked quarterback coming out of the state of Texas, and that's big. The Chargers. So we're gonna rip through these real quick because we got about 7 minutes. Think the Chargers stay with Malik Neighbors?
Listen, I don't trust Jim Harbaugh, bro. I just, if something weird is gonna happen, Harbaugh's the guy that's going to make it happen. I'm not saying he would have the guts to trade Justin Herbert, but oh my God, he could fleece the draft if he could trade Justin. Could you imagine if he could swing Justin Herbert to the Washington Commanders?
That's Herschel Walker all over again.
Could you imagine if he could swing him to the Washington Commanders?
That's Herschel Walker all over again, bro.
He'd get their whole draft.
Yeah,
and he keeps his, so he could end up with 2 and 5. Come on, bro. Come on. Because he needs a running back. He needs 2 wide receivers. And he needs a tight end. He lost all 3. He lost Austin Eckler.
Still got Quentin Johnson.
Bro, but he lost Austin Eckler, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams Jr., and Tyler Everett. Come on, bro. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
So he needs players. So I'm not saying he would. Yeah, that's Afton. I'm not saying he would, but Harbaugh's a wild card, bro. You don't know what he's going to do. You don't know.
All right, so the Giants at 6.
Tate, what you think?
This where JJ McCarthy go.
You think?
You think they wouldn't take Rome?
No, because they need a receiver, but if they take a receiver, then you still counting on Daniel Jones.
Tate,
Danny Dimes.
The big scrub, Danny Dimes. I ain't putting a sign on the winner. The big scrub, Danny Dimes. Scrub. He's a scrub. Yeah.
So if Dayball want a chance to reconcile his reputation, and it's crazy that he was coach of the year in 23, 24, they fall off. Now's his chance to bring in JJ McCarthy for a true competition, because you can get off Daniel Jones in 25 and go forward with JJ McCarthy. So
you just paid Danny Dimes a truckload. Y'all, they backed up the Brinks, bro. They backed up the Brinks.
But you can get off of them after next year. That only was a 2-year guaranteed deal.
I hear you. So the Titans, Joe Alt, I think that's something that's not going to change. I believe in that.
Nope. Tennessee could trade their pick. It depends on what quarterback falls. Tennessee could trade.
I think they set it quarterback. I think Tennessee give Will Levis the job for it.
Yeah, I think they set it quarterback, G.
Right? No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if a quarterback
falls, somebody wants to come up and get a quarterback.
Yeah. Tennessee could get off that pick.
Yeah,
I think Levis is going to start, but I think that they're going to listen to offers based on quarterbacks falling.
So you think Atlanta's going to give up that number 8 to the Vikings?
No.
To the Vikings for what? For who?
So the Vikings could get JJ.
We already got JJ off the board.
Going to.
I think JJ going before pick 8. Either the Vikings or the Broncos come up to try and get JJ McCarthy, but he's going before 8.
I agree.
Spicy.
And Atlanta ain't getting. Listen, Atlanta about to go and get Dallas Turner, and Atlanta all in. I'm telling you, with Christian Kirk and all them weapons they got, they're going to get Dallas Turner, somebody that can cause your quarterback problems, and they're going to be like, okay, I got Kirk Cousins, I got Bijan Robinson, I got Drake London.
You meant Kirk Cousins. You said Christian Kirk, but okay.
Oh, yeah. Kirk Cousins, Bijan Robinson, Drake London, Kyle Pitts. Now what? Darnell Mooney? What now? They're going to get Dallas Turner. That's going to cause problems.
I still could see Atlanta trading back if somebody want to trade up, and they still would get Dallas Turner.
Facts. I don't disagree.
So the Bears at 9. What y'all think? OT?
No, that's Rome.
Yeah, I don't think Rome doesn't get past 9.
I thought Rome would. So I think Rome. So we had Rome staying on the board. So the Rome is going to be gone at 9.
But you know what?
So you got Caleb and Rome.
10. What if Rome fell to 10 to the Jets? Oh my God. Oh my God.
Well, the Jets going with Brock Bowers, I feel.
Bro, if it's between Rome and Brock Bowers, they taking Rome.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Oh, I agree with that, but I don't think Rome will be there. I don't think Rome will be there at all.
Rome, Mike Williams, and Garrett Wilson. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, dog. It's gonna get ugly with Breece Hall. Oh my God. It's gonna get ugly. What Tim saying?
Timothy Lyons said best move ATL did was getting Kirk and fired Smith. Okay.
Well,
he's a hater.
He's hating on Smith, indirectly from a Steelers perspective. But getting Kirk is good, but paying Kirk a guaranteed $100 million? No, he is overpaid.
Correct.
He is overpaid.
Okay. And then so at 10, Brock Bowers, 11, the Falcons again. So I heard G say it.
Atlanta don't pick 11.
The Falcons again. They're not picking 11.
No, that's Minnesota's 11.
Oh no, but they swapped. They swapped in this scenario. They swapped. So you're right.
Minnesota's at 11,
and then the Packers are at 12. Right?
Yeah. Packers is going. Minnesota is going quarterback regardless. So the question is, do they sit? Do they think that Michael Penix slides in and plays that quarterback position? Because listen, Michael Penix, I forgot who their running backs is. They got baby boy out of Addison. They got Justin Jefferson. Hey,
they got weapons.
Hey, TJ Houkinsada playing tight end. They got some issues over there in Minnesota.
TJ Hawkinson. TJ Houkinsada was a Bengal.
Yeah, he was a Bengal.
I'll be assassinating names.
Yeah. He does.
The Packers going defense, bro.
You don't think they go offensive line?
No, they going defense. They set on offense. Their offense is young and just got to grow together. They definitely that could be Dallas Turner. That could be Jared Verse.
Yep.
That could be the kid from Illinois, Newton. They going defense.
Yep. Miles Murphy.
Miles Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
Miles. Oh, okay.
Texas, right?
No, that's not Miles Murphy.
What's his name? His first name?
His
last name is Murphy.
His last name is Murphy. Byron.
Byron Murphy. Yeah, they can go Byron Murphy. Yeah.
So the Raiders.
Quarterback.
Go ahead, Tate.
This is where my boy Michael Penix comes. Shocker.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Penix. It's either give everything you got to give to trade up and try and get Jaden Daniels because of the relationship between Antonio Pierce and Jaden Daniels. But the Commanders not doing that because they want Jaden Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
Raiders need a quarterback. He showed off at his pro day. I mean, you could wait and mess around, but why not just go ahead and take your guy at number 13, get Michael Penix, and now you set.
Yep, they're going quarterback. Big quarterback, Raiders.
And you don't got to trade up, man. You just wait.
Nope, just sit and wait. Sit and wait in the catbird.
So, all right. The Saints.
Center. Powers Johnson.
Ooh.
Center. Powers Johnson.
I
can see him go. I can see him going wide receiver. I could see him go wide receiver, especially like if a guy like Malik Neighbors has done fail way down there. I can see them going there. But I think Powers Johnson, his ceiling is 14. That's the first place where you could be talking about him and or Blake Bowers coming off the board.
What about your boy who you talked about? What's his name? What? How do you say this boy's name?
Fuaga.
Offensive tackle.
Yeah.
Fuaga will be the third tackle off the board. It'll be.
So you don't think he goes to the Saints?
Maybe. But Joe Alton, the kid from Penn State, will
before he go, Alou from Penn State, who's from right here in Southern Maryland, outside DC, where I'm at, would go before Fuaga, I think, and I can see the Saints taking him.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. So the Colts. Now this is where I say this is another team who gets exponentially better with a wide receiver because they got one, and their quarterback's coming back. So if they mess around and
if the Colts get Bowers, it's gonna get ugly.
What if they get Brian Thomas?
They could. No, I don't think Thomas is gonna go that high. I don't think Thomas is gonna go. I think Thomas is a first rounder, but I don't think he's gonna go in the top 15.
This is where I have Quinyon Mitchell coming off the board.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they need offensive weapons to go with their current offensive scheme because you got Richardson, you got the dog running back. They got one decent wide receiver. They need another guy. So,
but they can get him in the second round.
Yeah,
Timothy Lyons says Colts takes Bowers.
I could see that. Definitely could see.
Number 16, Seahawks.
They're going defense.
I think they're going defense too. This is where I think either one of the two tackles will come off the board, Malik Murphy or the kid from Illinois. I mean Byron Murphy or the kid from Illinois. That's where I think this is where I feel like you're going to see defensive tackle come off the board. They need it.
But Seattle is the
they don't need it. They got a good young defensive line, but it adds to it.
The top 16 picks, Seattle is the biggest wild card because you don't know which way they're going to go. You don't know.
And they could trade back to somebody that want to trade up and still get the same guy as pick 20 or 22.
Agreed. Totally agreed. This is the target range for the Steelers. Realistically, I'm not saying top 10 but if they do it for Rome, I get it. But this is where the Steelers got to trade up to get a tackle. This target range, the switch.
I like it. So we're talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars next.
Jacksonville needs defense. Jacksonville still they need a corner.
Hold on, you guys. Take it real quick. I'll be right back. Jacksonville, discuss that pick.
Jacksonville needs a corner. So Tate, I think this is maybe Arnold, maybe Cooper DeJean, maybe Quinyon Mitchell.
I don't disagree that they could need a corner. But also they lost Ridley.
Yes.
They lost Ridley. So this could be a spot where you talk about a Brian Thomas,
Yeah, LSU.
a Brian Thomas or somebody like that. I mean,
Yeah. But
do you think do you think Trevor Lawrence is a guy after 3 years?
I think Trevor Lawrence, there's more questions. So I'm going to say this about Trevor Lawrence. Do I think he's a bust? Absolutely not. But do I think that Trevor Lawrence, is there a lot of questions out there about him? Yes.
The question was, do you think he's a guy?
Not yet. He got more to prove. He's won a playoff game. He's won a division, but he's got more to prove. But their division is hard, bro. Their division is hard.
You guys, man, we're going to go ahead and get to our interview that we have here coming, man. We've got Chris Houston about to join us, man. And if you're not familiar with Chris Houston, here's some of his highlights. He's a defensive back who played first of all, played for Austin LBJ right here in Austin, Texas. Played for Arkansas, then ended up playing with the Atlanta Falcons, getting drafted, and then the Detroit Lions. And you see him putting in that work right here, man. KnoItAllZ fam, KnoItAllZ chat, give some love for my man Chris. He is here with us on the KnoItAllZ, and we are about to get it in. Chris, what's popping, man?
Not much, man. How you doing?
We good, man.
I appreciate y'all.
Hey, man, appreciate you for
Appreciate
being
you,
here.
bro.
Man, just if you would, just kind of introduce yourself to our listeners, man, and tell them, who is Chris Houston?
Man, I'm just a young man that grew up in Austin, Texas, born and raised. I had both of my parents, unfortunately. I'm fortunate to have both of my parents, and I'm the only boy in my family, and I was able to go to the NFL and play ball, pretty much.
Yeah, man. G, go ahead. You had some questions for Chris.
Hey, Chris, man, thank you again, man, for rocking out with the KnoItAllZ podcast this week for sure, man. I got a couple of questions, but this is a hard question I'm going to ask you right off the bat.
All right.
Arkansas, you played with Darren McFadden. In the pros, you played with Tony Gonzalez, Morton Anderson, Joe Horn, Matt Ryan, Lawyer Malloy, Rodney White, Megatron Calvin Johnson, and Matt Stafford.
Right.
Who's the best teammates you ever had?
The best teammates I ever had?
Good question.
That's hard. Because I got guys on both sides that are like brothers to me. Like Roddy White is like a brother to me. That kind of took me under his wing. And then Lawyer Malloy was like a big brother to me. But then in Detroit, I had guys like Corey. He was a defensive tackle. We had Sue. Sue was a guy that, like a brother to you. Calvin Johnson, of course, we came out the same year. So he was like a big brother to me. So it's hard to pick anyone, but I would say my best time or my best years of playing ball was in Detroit for sure.
Oh, wow. Man. Wow.
I would have thought you would have said Atlanta. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I would have thought you said Atlanta.
No, I knew Detroit. I mean, his best career numbers seemed like they was in Detroit. Them highlights you seen him taking stuff back to the paint, man, was in Detroit.
Yeah, Atlanta was that was like a learning experience of the business, and coaching changes and how when you get a new head coach, he may want this. Just the favoritism that's often in the league. So that's what I learned in Atlanta, because we had a bunch of coaching changes. Because I came in right when Michael Vick was getting in trouble with the Dogs.
Yeah.
If he wouldn't have got in trouble, then he would have been there. But then when he went to did what he had to do, then we got Bobby Petrino had came in, and then he had left after that 1 year, and they brought in Coach Smith. So yeah, Atlanta was crazy. So.
Yeah.
So Tate, you have some questions? You have a question you'd like to add?
Well, everybody G named as a past teammate. If I'm correct, he left one off because Chris, what's up, man? Hey, you played 1 year in Carolina, right?
Yeah, that was training camp. Yeah, I made it to training camp. Yes, sir.
So you got to play and got experience with Cam Newton, right? That was the MVP Super Bowl year, I think.
Yeah.
Is Cam Newton really like that, man? Like we always think he is from afar, watching the games and seeing what he did at Auburn and what he did that MVP year. You got to be on the practice field with him, Price. Play defensive scout team against him and everything. What is Cam like?
Cam is that deal.
Right. Okay.
Guy, and I don't understand how people don't respect his game and who he is and what he did for the game of football, because he is him when he step on that field. But he's a good guy, you know what I'm saying? Misunderstood by a lot of people, but other than that, he's a good guy.
Right. Okay. Thank you, man.
And he's a beast on that field. He probably
beast.
He is big as like Julius Peppers. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
That's big, bro.
That big, but he huge. Pause.
Right.
Hey, Chris. Chris, we say no Diddy. We say no Diddy on here, bro.
No Diddy.
No Diddy, no doubt. No doubt, bro. No Diddy, no doubt.
Yeah. So, Chris, now that we just finished talking about the draft, and we were talking about that this is one of the best drafts that we've seen in a long time, and I feel like it's the best draft I've ever seen. Your experience going through the combine and everything. I mean, you were what, 5'11", ran a 4.32 40, which was just super fast. Well, how was it for you coming into the league, bro? Like, tell us, what this whole process entails as far as the draft is concerned.
That whole process with the combine was a really long and hard experience. When I went through it, me waking up early in the morning, probably like 5 in the morning, you having meetings from 6, breakfast. Then you have meetings probably from like 7:30, and not getting back to your room to like 6 at night, 7 at night, and you going from like meeting. I mean, like one day you might have to go to the hospital and give like all your health concerns, whatever, to the hospital. Then after you leave there, you might have to go here and do this and do that. So it was long. The journey was long. So on draft day, when you see guys crying, that's a release of all that process, because it's a long process.
Wow.
Yeah, and you ended up going in the second round. Forget what pick.
Pick 41.
Pick
which
41.
Which is damn near first. Real close.
Yes, sir.
It's 32 teams. So yeah, bro, like that whole experience, and you said it's a release and them letting go. How was it like? And then I'm gonna give it over to G for the next question. How was it for you when you're like, it's like the realization of your dreams? Was it like, oh man, I'm finna just chill out for a minute, or did you go straight to work? You went straight to work in Atlanta.
I went straight to work because I know just so you getting drafted ain't it. I've been told that. So I know, like during the rookie symposium, like some people chill, but then you had guys like Calvin Johnson was like going to work out during the rookie symposium. You know what I'm saying? Running miles, while other guys was there, they didn't do nothing. And when you hear him talking like that, you like, dang, I better be on it. I got
especially you got to line up against it.
That's how I'm taking it. He's saying like, hey, I'm gonna go run. We got this schedule. We got to do this. We got to do that. And I'm saying, dang, I ain't come down here with no schedule. I ain't get none of that. But I said, shoot, I'm gonna work out too. So I went straight to work, bro, because I just know if you want to last long, then you got to go to work. So that's what I did. As soon as I got drafted, on the phone, they gave you like a day with your parents to do all your exciting stuff. Then Arthur Blank sent a private jet, so I got to take my mom and dad on a private jet to pick us up.
Wow,
yeah.
That's awesome.
Big time, bro. Big time.
Big G.
Chris, I got a question, bro. Now listen, I got to give you some clarity.
Yes,
Mod is my little brother, bro. That's me and we biological brothers, same daddy. All right.
Okay.
I lived in Austin, Texas for some years, right? Okay. So I know the groundwork. I know about Chacon and Shaja Chavez, and I know the whole deal.
Okay.
Lived there. I lived Southwest Austin on the backside of William Canyon.
Okay.
So I know, right?
For sure.
So my question is this: you went to LBJ, bro, right?
Yeah.
Now I know what LBJ is. Ma, I know what LBJ is. For our listeners, that's the hood school, right? That's school. But you were so talented that you were able to get a full scholarship out of LBJ to go to Arkansas, right?
Yes.
What was the lure like in high school, or did it even exist for you to get pulled out of a school like LBJ and to go play for like a Lake Travis or Westlake Carroll? You know, because that's when you know about Austin. Those are the schools that put dudes in the pros. Why did you stick with LBJ, man? What was that about?
Because I grew up right there in that neighborhood, and my whole family went to that neighborhood, and I saw other guys like Sean Mitchell, who's older, you know, go to UT and things like that. But I just knew, I don't know, I just kind of always had like a little aura that, like that I want to play college football. So I knew I can get to play. I was gonna play college football. You know, I grew up watching. You know, it's pretty much all I did was watch college football. Florida State was the college that I wanted to go to. You know, Dion and everybody.
Yeah.
But then when you get recruited, going through that process, then you start seeing, you know, more colleges and different things they have to offer, and so yeah. But I never thought about leaving LBJ because that's just something that's like in my blood. Because I grew up in that community. My sisters went to that school. All my cousins went to that school. So I lived and breathed that in my community. So I always knew I was gonna go there.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm gonna get into the community stuff because you're really big in the community. I'll make sure that I tackle that. I thought my brother was really gonna ask this question.
What?
I mean, and for the most part, you know, Kenneth Alexander, there were pros that came out of LBJ before. So
I know. But wait, Marty, before you say that, Chris, listen. Ma's boy Corey, who's like our brother, Proofer, Mama lived right across the street. Proofer took me over there and I seen it for my own eyes, man. LBJ, bro. That's how I know. I done been over there, bro. I know.
So why didn't you go to Texas? Akina was there during that time. I'm trying to figure out what was it that kept you from being a Longhorn, man?
Oh man. So when I used to, because I had scholarship offers from them, Alabama, I had from pretty much everywhere. But UT used to give me tickets. Me and my dad used to go up there, and they used to show us around, you know, when they have all the players come down and everything. But every time they would, you know, cater to us, like the local kids, they would, you know, they'll put you in the back and kind of carry like the Dallas guys in the front. You like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Like, dang, you know, you got them leading them up there in front. You ain't really paying me no mind back here. You know, me and my dad, you catering to the Dallas guys, but I'm local, so I was just like, I know I ain't going there. You know, just because of how they acted.
And you know, Big G mentioned this, that it's one of those things that still kind of frustrates me because I hear that the Westlake kids get and Lake Travis kids get that same type of preferential. Let me escort you to the front, and then the other guys go to the back. So that kind of lines up. And I thank you for answering that question really honestly. Tate, you have a question for Chris?
Well, I'm gonna answer yours. How I see it at the time, he could have been a Longhorn, but he could go to that SEC. That's where he went. That's where it was at.
Yeah.
You know now Texas might be a higher option because they in the SEC.
Yeah.
But that's just my prediction. Hey, Chris, when you was at Arkansas, who was your coach then?
Houston Nutt.
Yeah.
Houston Nutt. He's an offensive coach too, right?
Yes, he was an offensive coach.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, just for clarity, I know Danny Nutt real good and Houston. I know him real good. Yeah, just go ahead. Keep going.
But,
I know this.
No, man. So man, one of the questions in the live chat was, did you play at least 3 years? You played like 7 or 8 years, didn't you?
I played 7. Yes, sir.
7 years.
Yes, sir.
And in 2011, you led the NFL in interception return yardage.
Yes, sir. Interception return yards, and I finished 3rd in Pro Bowl voting. I finished.
Okay.
I'm sure. Namdi. Yeah.
And you got a 100-yard interception return under your belt.
Yeah. I got one time out in Denver with Tebow on Tebow.
It was on Tebow?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
He smoked Tebow.
That's the one. That's the
He
one we just
smoked him.
sold. That's the one we just sold, and he had his little dance at the end. The dance was called. It was
Oh,
dance
that
was called.
okay. Yeah, I knew that was 100 yards. I didn't know it was against Tebow though. I don't know that the highlight show who threw it.
For sure.
But yeah, man, 7 years, a long time in the NFL, man. I guess my question is, it came to an abrupt end because of injury.
Yeah.
What injury did you suffer that kind of
I had a big toe injury that's been probably bothering me since high school. I had surgery, kind of like the same surgery Dion had. Because when I had my surgery, and I had to have another surgery, I kind of was asking Dion who he go to have his surgeries.
Yeah.
You know, before I had mine, before I even got my second surgery. But he kind of mentored me through that process of getting mine done. But I had it's called a bone spur, something I'm kind of born with in my family. It's hereditary, but it pushes my bone to the side, and my big toe has a problem. And it just became stiff, and it just stopped moving, and so I had to get on up out of there, man. But it's probably been bothering me since high school. I had surgery when I was in the 11th grade, going to the 12th, and my foot just never acted the same after that. So yeah, so that's
man. We all deal with stuff, man. So I hate to hear that, but you deal with it. You had you was really, really good, bro. I mean, so that's first 7 years you got in. If you could have got another 3 or 4 in, man, I would have loved to see it.
Yeah. I know,
bro. His toe was jacked up, and he ran a 4.32.
Yeah, man.
Come on, dog. Come on, that's a killer right there, bro. That's a killer.
I wasn't supposed to play that long, and that's why I went kind of like second round, because the injury I have, they don't seen it so much long in the NFL. Like, they don't think he's gonna play past 2 years, so they had already counted me out. So teams were like, "Nah, don't draft him that way because his feet." So I always had that problem.
Wow.
And God, look at God. I'm gonna tell you something. Honestly, it's one of those things that where you look and you say, "Hey, this was a part of your life, and now you're transitioning. You're doing some other things. You're into the real estate."
Hey, Ma, before you have one more question. Hey, man, Chris, like this year? I don't know. Far as your NFL team, do you root for Detroit?
Yeah, for sure.
So this was a big year for y'all, man.
Oh, huge year, man. And it was a great year, and I know they're gonna build off of that, and they'll be back again. But it was a great year.
Okay, yes, sir.
Yeah.
So you've been in the community since you stopped playing football. I've seen so many camps, and I've seen so many things that you've been doing around the Austin area, man. What's your heart now, like, as far as giving back to the youngsters who are in our community and in the Syntex area?
That's just something that I love to do, because I come up in the city and I understand the environment I come up out of to get to certain places. So I had a nonprofit, AAME, that I had with my parents, and it was athletes to the more excellent. And throughout those years, I just held camps for young men in the community that probably couldn't pay for the UT camps at the time. So I just used to bring people down, like Earl Thomas came to my camp, Jamal Charles, I had Roddy White come down, those guys, and just touch the kids in the community. And I had successful young kids come through my camp, like Taj Brooks right now, who's the running back at Texas Tech.
Killer.
Yeah, I had the Purdue running back, Said Jr. He's the running back. He came to my camp. So just to have other people around that done made it to come back and touch them and show them they can do it, that's kind of what I did throughout the years. But other than football, we've done just help single parent moms who may be going through hard times, Christmas drives, for the kids, help with funerals, those little type things that people may need help with. But yeah.
Yeah, they're not little. I mean, honestly, those are big things because they make a big difference in somebody's life. And just like you said, you never know. You could be touching a kid who's going to be the next this or the next that, and being able to be in your community and give back, man, that means a lot. So when I see people like yourself, I want to make sure that I highlight them. That's one of the reasons why we had Ray on the show. We want to make sure that OGs get an opportunity to really give out nuggets and jewels to the next generation, because I mean it's a whole total different thing now. And that kind of my last question, my transition, how crazy is it to see NIL now? When you think about when you think about, man, if this would have been around when I was
bro, I'll be like, man, they owe us something, bro.
I need my money.
Sit in the room, man. I ain't really have nothing, bro. So like, my sister used to send her little food stamp card through the mail so I could eat. You know what I'm saying? I was on scholarship. You know what I'm saying? So now I be seeing like Dion kids and all these kids getting deals. I'll be like, man, they owe us a check. Somebody do
a big check.
Oh, man, a huge check, bro. For what we did, man. God, dog, bro. They spoiled.
Yeah. So how do you? I mean, honestly, looking at it right now, there's some things that's got to change. I think it's a good thing, and I think it has to happen. But what would you change about NIL if you could change anything?
I don't think I would change too much. The only thing I would kind of change is the transfer portal. With guys being able to, just leave after 1 year, I would make them stick it out. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to do the same. I just had to wait my turn. But I think they kind of messed it up for other kids coming out of high school. But I think that's the biggest thing I would change about anything.
Yeah, you're right.
They can hit that bad baby twice in the same year. You could transfer. You could transfer. Come play in the spring. Don't like what you see.
Crazy.
The portal open up Tuesday.
That's
it
crazy.
open up from like the 16th all the way to the 30th.
In real life, you can't do that. Especially in NFL, you can't do that.
They be on the block, Chris. They be on the block.
Yeah, you can't do that in NFL. You want to transfer, they gonna get you up out of there if you want to get. They gonna get you up out of there.
They gonna get you up out of there quick, fast, and hurry, bro.
In a hurry. In a hurry.
Hey, Tate, do you have any last questions before I let Chris go?
Hey, yeah, man. I'm just gonna ask a question regarding to his time in Detroit, and it's not a football question. I'm looking at B Dirt in the live chat. And he says the real Detroit question: American or Lafayette Coney?
He talking about Coney dogs.
Say it again. That's an eating place or something.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a type of Coney dog, American or Lafayette. I don't know about it.
I don't eat beef or pork, bro. So I never probably made it that way off in Detroit.
Okay. So being from Texas and then going to Arkansas and then getting drafted by the Falcons first. When you went to Detroit, man, was that your first experience with the real winners?
Yeah, that was my first experience, you know what I'm saying, boy, when I got to Detroit. But it was actually, bro, I love Detroit, bro. Like, I didn't have the right vehicle though, because I know one time after I left the game, it just snowed out of nowhere, and I had like a little Benz, and it did a whole like spin. I was like, oh man, we gotta get a truck. We gotta get a truck. So,
right. And Detroit is a city that you can really grow to like if you never been there and you there for a little while. Yeah. Like me and Big G there, we actually grew up an hour and a half south of Detroit.
Yeah.
So real familiar with Detroit, but yeah, I just wonder how it was to experience them winners for the first time, being from mostly warm weather places.
Arkansas, it snowed a little bit. It snowed a little bit in Arkansas, but Detroit, it's a whole nother beast in Detroit.
Right.
Chris, that hawk was waiting on you, bro.
What?
I know you went outside. Listen, I'll never forget the first time Ma came to Ohio and experienced the winter. Oh my God, boy, he couldn't take it. So I know you was like, oh my God, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, but I adapted quick though. You know what I'm saying? I adapted quick, but
goes down everything. Goose Town, everything. You had to have it. Carhartt, Goose
You
Town.
already
I know
know.
you did it.
You already know. You already know.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, Chris, man, we're not gonna hold you long, man. Wanted to make sure that we got you in and spoke to you. I thank you again for coming in, man. If you could just leave the audience with something, tell them, what you're doing right now and kind of plug.
Yeah, well, I'm in real estate now. I'm a realtor, transition from the NFL to the real estate business, and I enjoy helping families get into homes, and helping our coaches teach them how to get homes and create generational wealth. So if anybody's out there looking to, buy, sell, or invest in real estate, they can hit me up. Hit me up on Instagram at Chris Houston Real Estate Texas, and
That's Chris. That's Chris Houston, Real Estate Texas. If you're looking and you're watching, you want to get some real estate, especially in Austin, it is going bonkers. We could talk about that later. That's a whole other thing.
Yes.
But make sure you hit him up again at Chris Houston
Real Estate Texas on Instagram.
All right, that's on IG for you. Everybody who that's IG, make sure you get it. Chris, man, I really appreciate you for coming on. Thank you very much. Look like they got something to say. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, hey Chris, thanks for joining us, man. Really appreciate it. And we've been doing this a while, about 3 years next month, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
And we've had a lot of different guests, man, but this has been a really great interview. I really appreciate you.
I appreciate you for considering me. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Okay.
Please come back. Please come back.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm here now. Y'all family.
Yes, sir.
From the city. Everybody's family from the city. So I'm here whenever y'all need me.
Yes, sir. Sure. Thank you so much, Chris, man. You have an excellent rest of your day. All right.
All right, you too.
All right, take it easy.
All right, you too.
Yeah, man, that was Chris Houston, defensive back from Austin, Texas. Definitely played for Detroit.
Ma, got to get that little smirk, Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. ATX, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, listen, he went to LBJ. That boy off Chicago. That's the hood over there.
Well, no, so it's all Purple Sage. You got to get it right. It's all
It's all the same.
It's actually not. You know what I'm saying? It's
the hood, bro.
It's all 290 and Purple Sage.
Oh, yeah,
man.
Facts. That is big facts.
So it's a little different. But yeah, Derek Alexander, who played for Florida State, actually came out of LBJ. Of course, Ray Jackson, who played for the Fab Five, came out of LBJ. So there's been several kids LBJ kids who went on to play. Even Derek Alexander, who went on to play for TCU. The late great Derek Alexander played. But there's a lot of inner city talent from the J that came and made it pro.
I'm gonna ask y'all a history question just because it fits right here. I'm assuming LBJ is Lyndon B. Johnson.
Yes, sir.
Who was he president after?
Oh, why would you ask me that question?
Kennedy. Thank you, Big G.
Why would you ask me that question? That's one subject I was bad at. Listen, they were lying to me about history, so I didn't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? History's written by the people who
What
is
Lady Bird Lake for in Austin?
That's LBJ.
There's your answer. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
That ain't the answer to who was he president after. That's what.
But that'll put him in the timeline because that's when they changed the name over to start calling it Lady Bird Lake in Austin. I learned that when I was down there. I learned a little history while I was down in Austin.
Dirt.
I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. To run a 4.32 with a foot issue, that's ridiculous.
He's super fast.
That's ridiculous. That's what you call a super athlete. For real.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say this, man, and this is just in my experience, and I will honestly goodness say this. Every guy that I've been able to be introduced with through either Mod or Corey or some of the guys from Austin, Sean Rivers, that is from that inner city school, LBJ, those guys are high character, man. And they really are, because you never hear, even when we interview Ray, man, what they do is all of them want to say, I want to give back to my community. So this young man fits right in that vein. And so I pray for him and I wish all the best. Everything that he needs to happen in his life, I'm hoping it happens for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, man, we're at the place where we on our parting shots, man. Parting shots this week, man. I'm gonna let you go first, G. What you got, man?
You don't got the I told you so?
You haven't I told you so?
Tay got one. I know he
Okay.
did.
So I will save that for your next. Go ahead, G. And I got you, Tay. I got to load it up.
Y'all know what time it is. The spring game was Saturday. We had 80,000 plus in the shoe. And we was the first nationally televised spring game in the history of college football. And we didn't even show you nothing. We didn't show you nothing that was about nothing because we ain't giving no secrets. We ain't going to let you know how we're going to be out there hitting. But I'm telling you right now, these boys right here got the best DBs, the best defensive line, the best wide receivers, and the best running backs in the whole freaking country. Dog, we about to mash the gas on these boys, bro.
Who is these boys for the audio listeners, though? They don't see your sign.
Go Bucks. Go Bucks. Go Ohio State, bro. We about to smash the gas. We about to listen. It's about to get ugly. It's about to get ugly. I'm telling you right now, they ain't never seen no team. This team right here will rival the 2001-2002 Miami Hurricanes.
Man, I don't know. Well,
it will rival them. As far as draft depth, the amount of guys that's going to go in the first and second round on this team, it ain't fair. It ain't fair, bro. I'm trying to tell you.
Gee, that's a big statement, G.
Hey, cut it out, paste it, put it wherever you want to. I'm telling you right now that these Buckeye boys is on a mission. They on a mission, bro. And the one I can't wait is till we get to that tune, that TTUN in November, because we're going to punish y'all this year. Oh, I can't wait till we punish y'all. I'm going to be talking so strong. Oh, I can't wait. Clark, put him in the Matrix. Put him in the Matrix. Put him in before we get off the show. Put him in there, bro. Just get in there. Get in and stay up in the Matrix. The Bishop of the Matrix, Claude Bishop.
So there's a few things that can be true and biased at the same time.
Facts.
We know that it's Big G's bias that he's talking about that, but he has every right to talk like that about this year's Ohio State University Buckeyes. And Claude's trying to hold on. Penn State guy. Claude, go ahead and jump in that matrix, man. That's where you belong. Big G, will Penn State make the 12?
Oh, maybe. They can't lose two. So Michigan already, I think, is going to get them, and we're going to get them. So they can't lose it. If they drop to Oregon or Wisconsin, no, they ain't making it, dog.
Claude Bishop said he didn't know that he was out. You know, that's bad when you don't know if you're in or out.
Claude kind of like that kid that always gets sent to the principal's office, and every time you go down there for something, he's sitting in that office.
Or take like how we was in Miss Apaya over there at West Junior High School, West Junior High School. Miss Apaya always put us in the hallway, dog.
Yeah, they got in the hallway. So, but hey, I bet Miss Apaya didn't paddle you though.
Yeah, I got paddled by her.
By Miss Apaya? Man, that little old Indian lady, she ain't really paddled. I got paddled by every teacher in junior. They don't need paddle no more. Every teacher, well, you can't name a teacher at West. I didn't get paddled by Big G.
That's not a brag. That's not a flex, bro. I just want you to know
I was a little kid that talked too much. I got better as an adult though.
What you know about that right there, them West Titans, Tay?
Oh, look at you, man.
What you know about them getting them letters from the West Titans?
Yes, got one.
Yeah, what you know about them?
Yeah, that boy, that look like Prince Margadee right there.
You do.
Mm-hmm. Hey, so go ahead. So let me address this question real quick. Yes, they did. They got one in the transfer portal, and they have
Will Howard.
That's playing.
Will Howard.
Yeah.
Julian saying. It don't matter.
I didn't see it yesterday. Who looked like the best quarterback yesterday?
Will Howard gonna start, bro. Will Howard, but Julian Sayers gonna push him. He's gonna push him, man. That's the kid that transferred from Alabama. That's a true freshman.
Right? Is somebody leaving? He's not a true freshman. He played.
No, he's a true freshman.
He redshirted last year. Alabama.
No red shirt. He came straight from high school.
He just changed his commitment. So this is first year. Okay.
But I think if somebody Lincoln Keno's gonna hit the portal. Lincoln Keno's gonna hit it.
Well, so Claude said, he answered your question. He said they're probably not gonna make the 12 with James Franklin as the coach. All right, and Mr. Woodside said from 1986.
Big facts.
What's from 1986?
The
Talking
picture
about West. The picture.
West.
All right, so go ahead.
Sorry about that time frame.
Go ahead, bro.
Might have been 85 for real.
This
85.
is our new take. This is one of the new segment in the show, and Tate's gonna use it. His parting thoughts. Here we go.
I told you. What did I tell you? Didn't I tell you? 'Cause I told you. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right.
So I told y'all this. I'm gonna go back to February, right? The NBA trade deadline. Do y'all remember what I told y'all?
The Dallas Mavericks was gonna be a problem because they made the trade.
Oh, Big G, that memory impressive, bruh. I said Dallas Mavericks acquiring Daniel Gafford from the Washington Wizards and PJ Washington from the Charlotte Hornets would make a difference in their season. I think back then they was floundering around the play-in seed, 10-9, I think. They got these guys. It took a little bit of time. They started playing defense. Luka and Kyrie have started to mesh over the past 2 months. And Dallas is a true contender now, man, with the trash boy Luka. So I just want to say, I told y'all when Dallas made them acquisitions and things started to get better, now they about to go ahead. And you know what? And I liked the LA Clippers acquisition of James Harden. A lot of people didn't see it fit. And I said, oh, they'll be all right. They're going to be good. But now I'm going ahead and go. And it's really more G because of G than me just picking Dallas over the Clippers. But I really am sticking with Dallas. So G, when this get done, just like Muhammad Ali said, say my name, when he's whooping the dude, Big G gonna say Luka's name before this all said and done.
Never will I say Luka's name.
I told you so.
He said, I told you so. Another one of our...
I told you. What did I tell you? Didn't I tell you? 'Cause I told you.
Big G, Claude said that was a Pee Wee League photo.
That was 7th grade, Claude. See, unlike you, at 7th grade, I started 8th grade. In 8th grade, I started 9th grade. I was a dog.
You was a dog. If it was 7th grade, it was 84 then.
Yeah.
I came to West in 85 in 7th grade. You were a year ahead of me. Wow, 84.
7th grade. Started. Played both ways, but started.
Timothy Lyon said, Luka MVP. Been saying this since the beginning.
And Timothy Lyons, you were totally wrong.
I don't think Luka's going to get it. But he going to finish second, though.
I think Joker's going to get it. I definitely think Joker's going to get it. Listen, man, again, I'd like to thank you guys for rocking with us and being here with us on the CT and CTH network. Definitely, we've had a ton of fun on this show. But if you haven't, make sure that you like and subscribe. Go ahead, G. Tell them get them algorithms up, man. We need to make sure that you like and subscribe. Like and subscribe here on the CTN network.
Hey, Ma, have some people go. I mean, maybe we put it up next week when we got time to the CTN network. I was over there on that YouTube channel. It wasn't near as much action as it is over here on the KnoItAllZ channel. We do want people to be subscribed both places, though, and watch both places.
That's exactly what I was just saying.
But you ain't telling me to get there though.
Okay, so you Tilltown Hoops on YouTube, and once you go there, you'll be able to find the KnoItAllZ there. We are there, but definitely you can watch us there and like and subscribe there. Also, make sure that you like and subscribe on the KnoItAllZ YouTube for you guys that are over here on CTN and CTH already. We love to have you as a part of the chat, fam. You know, I'm gonna tell you, Claude just said he's taking his light back.
Claude like being in the Matrix, dog.
Claude loves being in the Matrix, man. He does. And look, so really, Yo, I use this time always to go Mod's moments, man. The crazy thing is today is my youngest son's birthday and my oldest son's wedding anniversary. So it's been a fun day, a very busy day, and it started at 12.
How old are your sons, man? I don't know.
My oldest son is 30.
Okay.
Well, he turns 30 this year. And my youngest son is 24. He's celebrating his Kobe year. And he's the huge Kobe Bryant fan. So
Facts.
I just wanted you to say he's huge Kobe Bryant fan. So the sibling rivalry began last night, where they were kind of texting each other saying somebody's anniversary. Somebody's anniversary today. And my youngest son is like, I don't know who it is, probably somebody on the block. And then, my youngest son is like, it's my birthday. And I resent you for having your marriage on my birthday. But you know what?
Could you would imagine you got married on Damien's birthday? What that would look like, bro? That would have been hilarious. But that's what's going on between my nephews, man. Yeah,
it's fun. It's the funniest thing ever. But I'm going to tell you, the thing that I love about them, and this is going to go into Mod's moment. The thing I love about them is how they cut for each other. They celebrate each other's success. I remember when my oldest graduated from high school, watching my youngest run across the field and tackle him and just, love on him. I still got that picture. It was one of the happiest days of my life. Then the second one was watching watching my youngest be a groomsman at his older brother's marriage on his birthday. Sacrificed it, didn't even think nothing of it. And today he told me, he said, Dad, I've grown a lot, because I want him to have a whole bunch of fun on his anniversary. I said, you really have grown up. You really have grown up. But the thing I'll say, and this is what I want to say, is that I told you last week, life is about moments, right? And in the moments that happen, you have to make sure that you maximize those moments, right? So that was and I want to build on this, right? Moments bring you to a place where you have opportunity in life. And sometimes opportunities, they look a little different. They don't always look like opportunities, right? And in our head, it's because of the way that we see things. I remember being told the old antic where, a man was in a flood, trapped in a flood, and he, stayed in his house, and he was like, I'm waiting for God to save me. And, the house, filled up, and he ended up getting on the roof, and a man in a boat came by, a speedboat came by, and he was like, get in. He was like, no, I'm waiting on God to save me. And so the man in the speedboat goes off, and then the helicopter comes and drops a ladder, and it's like, climb up the ladder. And he's like, no, I'm waiting on God to save me. And, of course, the man falls off the house and he drowns. He gets to heaven. He says, God, why didn't you save me? He said, man, I sent you help. I sent you a boat. I sent you a helicopter. You didn't take none of those. Sometimes in life, we don't know opportunity because we're not trained to know what it looks like. Right. And because we don't know what an opportunity looks like, we'll kind of push it down and be like, I ain't going to want to do that. I don't want to do that. Be careful. Be careful to manage moments in your life to where when opportunities come, you're ready. I remember, I'm not going to tell y'all the name of the stock, but there's a friend of mine who went to my church, offered me an opportunity to invest in this stock. Well, I was like, I ain't investing in it. I'm good, man. I ain't got, it's $200. It was just a $200 seed, right? It was nothing really. But here I am. I mean, it was something to me at the time because, investing $200 was big because I was like, 21, 22. Fast forward, the company is $1 billion company right now. The stock has tripled, quadrupled over time. And I would have been, a very rich man at this point. But I didn't recognize the opportunity, right? So I'm telling you guys, make sure when things are coming into your life and as you're getting moments that are happening in your life and as you're getting these opportunities, doors are swinging open, make sure you examine them first closely. Don't use your old thinking because your old thinking is really stinking thinking, and it's going to keep you in the same spot that you've been in. But if you want to grow and you want to be bigger, you want to be better, you want to be broader, you have to open your mind and say, hey, this might be something. Let me look at this a little bit different. This is Mod's Moments, man. You guys have anything else, man, before we get out of here?
I want to say something, Mod, real quick. I want to ask for everybody. I have a cousin in Lima, Ohio, young cousin. Actually, it's my first cousin's grandson. 13-year-old Jameer Thomas was in a little kid fight yesterday, and could have been Friday evening, and got stabbed in the head.
Oh, no.
And had to be life flighted to a hospital in Toledo, and he's fighting for his life. He's on life support. They don't know if he'll make it, but just asking for prayers and things to go out to the little young fellow, 13-year-old Jameer Thomas. So if you could just, send a prayer up for him.
Definitely will do that, man, for Jameer Thomas. Jameer Thomas. Remember that name, you guys. Our hearts and our prayers go out to their family and to you, Tate, as well, because he is part of yours. Make sure that you guys do that. And G, do you have something before we get out of here?
Nah, man. Big show, big time thing. We got some stuff coming though, for sure. So don't forget to swing on all the podcasts and check us all on the Steel Curtain Network, on Fans First Sports Network, the KnoItAllZ crew. Man, we got stuff jumping off everywhere. We got a big draft show coming too, y'all. A mock draft and a big draft show coming. So we got a lot going on over these next 13, 14 days for the KnoItAllZ podcast crew for sure, man.
Yeah, and I can't wait, man. The draft show is always a big one. You know what I'm saying? The draft show is always a big one. And I was watching the last one take. You guys were accurate on some takes, bro. Like, for real, I'm definitely gonna cut those up and put them out. You and G were hitting them over the head. Y'all were knocking them out.
We're going to kill them this year. We're going to kill them again.
Yeah, y'all were knocking them out.
Kill them again.
Definitely knocking them out. Tom had some solid takes. I can't wait to hear from B-Dirt. Can't wait to hear from Pay. I can't wait to hear, what these guys have as we get busy on this year's draft. But look, that's our show, man. I'd like to thank everybody again for watching, and everybody who's still here with us in the live chat. You guys have an awesome rest of your day. Have an awesome week. And we are out of here, man. We definitely appreciate you watching with us at the KnoItAllZ. Peace.